point.
Going into this game. And we go back to our tournament leader and world champion, Magnus Carlsen, blitzing out the moves against SERGEY Karjakin. Magnus enjoying a one-pawn advantage, but also good piece coordination as well. What has happened, Christian?
Yes, definitely Magnus is still in the driver's seat. But let's say black goes knight to e7.
Okay.
Rook to d7.
Right.
B takes c5. And now I don't think you want to take on e7 because this endgame is just once again going to be an easy draw. After I go c4, c3, you're going to have to put your rook behind my pawn, then I'm going to take your a pawn, you're going to take my c pawn, 3 versus 2, theoretical draw. Instead of that, you can simply take on c5, and the knight's endgame, that's a completely different story. We have a say, knight endgames are like pawn endgames. So with a pawn up, I think white is going to emerge victorious.
And is SERGEY in his comfort zone with a mare 12?
No.
This is not
Grishik. We saw yesterday he did an absolute howler against Grishik, but he blundered his queen in time trouble. So yeah, the Karjakin definitely not in his comfort zone.
He's human, like the rest of us.
Like the rest of us. But yeah, I agree with Christian. You do not want to get into a knight ending. Rook ending is what is the aim.
Right. Night ending.
But are they in a night ending?
Whoa! What's going on? The players are playing so quickly, and Magnus. One of the things I've always admired about Magnus is his extraordinary instinct. He has this great feel for a large number of positions. He is going to go into a night ending, isn't he?
Yes,
but he's going to go with 3 versus 1.
3 versus 2. 3 versus 1 on one side, but at least I have the outside passed pawn on the b file, which could potentially be a very, very powerful weapon.
If he doesn't get his white pawns rolling.
I'd love to see the
Magnus
updated
managed
board.
a way to block that pawn on b5, putting the knight on
outside
b4,
passed pawn.
and now I'm just going to push my pawns on the king side and try to create my own passed pawn.
Okay. And I do believe we have a result in the Fabi game. I saw a handshake, and I think it was Fabi's hand coming out and saying, I don't like what happened here.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It just gets worse and worse. So let me just see how the players are getting into this night ending. Night before, SERGEY has brought his king over, and he's offered the trade of knights, and he's hoping that he will be able to promote his b pawn while white is busily promoting his h pawn. Queen and pawn endgames would be tough. So I don't think Magnus has any intention of trading.
Would be tough to win for Magnus.
Tough to win.
Yes.
So I don't think Magnus has any intention of...
He did exchange the knights.
He did?
He did?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, then we have a game of pure calculation.
And a g5, b4, and you see the players are anxious to get a queen each on the board. And look at them go. Queen. Got a queen. Trying to catch up with the players, and they have reached a queen and one pawn.
From what I know, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to put your king on the a file. The black king has to be somewhere on the a file, if I remember correctly, and then you're going to just try to get a perpetual with your queen.
Yeah.
The closer to the center it is, the easier for the king and the white king and the queen to create an attack, combining the queen and the king.
Yeah, the queen and pawn endgames have their own rule of logic, and it is very, very peculiar. But the defending side, if the defending side's king is not in front of the pawn, it's very funny. The defending side's king wants to go farthest away from the pawn.
But it all depends on also how far the pawn is as well.
Yeah.
I guess, where if the pawn is on the 7th rank, I think you want it as far away from the action as possible so it doesn't get in the way. But
one of the problems in the queen and pawn game, especially when you're facing computers, is they have these databases of precise play. I believe the position is technically winning for white, but you can almost never win it against the computer, and vice versa. You'll never be able to beat the computer when you have the extra pawn.
These endings are
it's terrifying.
Terrifying, especially like rook versus queen. Like even something as if the computer gets its third rank and then
But Magnus is going to have to show very, very good technique indeed.
But I think it's a nice. Sergey doesn't have much time. He's blundered a few times.
Oh my goodness! I believe he's allowed Sergey's king to get in front of the pawn.
Yeah.
Now that means it's a draw.
That's a draw.
Yes.
That is incredible that the world champion has allowed Black's king to get to the promotion square and.
Yeah, no, you can exchange of queens.
Yes, and a draw has been agreed. What a save!
What a save.
And Hikaru will be kicking himself for this loss. Magnus still in first, obviously.
Yeah, now with 2 points. Yeah, let's have a look at what happened.
This is about the time that Magnus realizes he's completely blown it.
It is ridiculous that he allowed the king to
get back. And a draw being the inevitable result.
And there you go. It's going to happen. Oh, yeah, you can see. It's like...
Now let's see how he reacts as he... Damn it.
I know exactly the swear word.